Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. All right, let's go. That's what's up. Let's go. Hey, Simon. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right. So today we got something super, super cool and interesting. We're gonna talk about being single and ready to mingle. And why is that? Why are we single? Why are we single? We want to take a little deep dive into that, right? So we're gonna get started because I think it's really important that we talk about this. Hey, Chip. Hello, 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 hello. All right, we locked in. We locked in. All right, so today we're going to talk about you want who don't want you. Now, remember back in the day when you had the good times and you had was it Florida and James? That was a good couple, right? They loved each other. They were how can you say it? They were equally yoked. Hey, Edward, welcome in. So today we're going to talk about being equally yoked and finding out why we're single and how can we change that? Right. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to look at a video. We're going to look at a video real quick. And this video was done a while ago, right? And I was the thing about it is, I'm going through this change. And so I'm taking a lot of stuff out of my library, and I came across this video. And then it kind of talked about a little bit like yesterday about relationships, and we talked about why people cheat and things like that, right? Like not really cheat, but like what happens in your relationship. And so it's like, okay, so now we out of the relationship, or are we about to be in a relationship? So why is this? Let's take a deep dive. All right, let me pull this up. Okay. Let me just give this the full screen. Oh, okay, that's good. All right. So let's play this video. And I'm gonna stop it and kind of talk a little bit about it too.
Video because I have like less than 15 minutes to get this message out. But I wanted to get this out because this morning I got triggered. I really did get triggered because I have a particular friend, right? And this friend, you know, those people that just send you like good morning, whatever text. And I'm like, okay, I'm good for that. I'm not that person.
Can you guys hear okay? Can you put a one in the chat if you can hear the audio, if the audio's okay? A two if you can't. Before I go on, I want to make sure that you guys hear everything okay. Drop that one. You guys can hear okay? Drop. There. Okay, well, we're going to continue. All right, let me go.
Person, but I do respond when people send me like good morning text. So I have this one particular friend, and he always sends like, oh, good morning, text, good morning, beautiful, hope you have a great day, kind of thing. So, after a while of this, I was thinking to myself, this person is probably lonely, and they probably need someone in their life, to like fill this void. So I try to connect them with somebody, right? Because let me tell you something, when you know someone, like you have somebody close in your life and they want to hook you up on a blind date, like you should try. Just try, because I've only had two blind dates in my whole entire life. One relationship lasted 15 years. The other relationship lasted 7 years. So it's something behind it, because this is a person who's in your life, right? And they know you. They know your personality, they know your likes, your dislikes. And I mean, who wouldn't? If a person knows you, they would know if a person is good for you, right? So anyway, I thought to myself, like, oh, I got the perfect person for this, you know, person. So reached out to them. I'm like, hey, this would be a perfect person to you. Because then that way you would have.
All right, so I'm just stop it right there. Now, if you have people in your life that you trust, that you really, really trust, you have to trust that they're not going to try to, do something shady. Like they really got your best interest at heart, right? So let's continue.
Have that person who you can send those messages to and have the back and forth and kind of thing. I mean, we all are in a situation, or we all have things where we want to share with someone special in our life, right? So I'm like, I just think he needs someone special to share, to share.
Because, child, I was getting tired of those good morning, beautiful. I don't know why. I'm not trying to be shady, but I don't know why. Like sometimes guys are like, good morning, beautiful. But, I have friends that I guess like women, we look at it a certain kind of way because, there's you'll do that and you just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. It's a numbers game. But I digress. I digress. I digress.
So anyway, I digress. And then they were like, no, they turned it down. I'm like, why? And it's because they feel like they're picky. And I guess the reason why I got triggered a little bit is because I hear that so many times where there are men and women who are triggered, or who feel like they're above that. Like you're above someone to give you relationship. Like if someone is willing to say, hey, I know someone that would be perfect for you, and you're like, that's not my type, and you haven't even tried, just going off somebody visual, that's the problem with today's society. Like let me tell you something. Social media, Instagram, especially Instagram, TikTok, I don't know so much about TikTok, but Instagram.
Okay, 3, 2, 1 before I start to crash out.
Has got everybody brain like almost mush, because they feel like, oh, this is what I want. Look, what you want and what you need are two different things. And that is what.
All right, Kelly, calm down. As you can see, this really, really does trigger me.
Please hit the like button. And that is the problem right now.
Yes, hit the like button.
Instead of just being with someone who can love you, nurture you, someone you can confide in, someone who can give you unconditional love. Well, love is conditional, but someone who can just give you love. You're so busy into the visual to see like, oh, I want this, I want that. And it's like, it's so much deeper than that. You should have someone in your life that can, that looks at your heart, who understands your brain. But no, you're so just wrapped into what someone looks like. And you know what? You're messing up a relationship that could be so rewarding.
Okay, I just want to stop it here as well. Am I lying? Please, am I lying? Drop a 1. I know I see there's like a delay. But drop a 1 in the chat if I'm telling the truth. So many times look at me with my eyes closed. I'm serious. When I close my eyes, I am thinking. But just listen. If you what do you want? Do you want quantity or do you want quality? Just think about it. Okay, I'm going to let that rest on your head for a minute.
Do you know when you have someone special inside your life, that person actually gives you something, gives you what you need: inspiration, love, honesty. let me tell you, a lot of times people come into your life and um they are, I would say, they give you a false sense of security. They pump you up. They love bomb you. That's the word I was looking for. There's people that come into your life and all they do is just love bomb you. They don't even care about you. All they care about is how it makes them feel. You know what I'm saying? And they're not being honest with you. They're not being truthful. You need people in your life that's going to be truthful. People in your life that
Ooh, I was preaching that day. I was preaching that day because it's true. We all need that one person in your life that got your back. You know what I'm saying? And so many times we want to chase the visual. We want to chase, something that is maybe aesthetically is nice, but upstairs there's cobwebs because they're not, and that can go for either way, either way, either male or female species kind of thing. But it's like, just think about that because why wouldn't you try? Why wouldn't you take the time to even try to get with, somebody that's going to give you a better quality of life? We all need people in our life. We do.
is going to tell you the truth. But you know what? A lot of people can't handle the truth. And I figure, I really believe, because, like I said, it's been a couple of people that they don't want to be with someone because it's not their cup of tea. And if you got to look at that person, you look at yourself. You got to look at yourself, right? In the mirror. And I'm not talking about visually, I'm talking about who you are as a person, right?
Mhm. How many times have you just looked in the mirror, right? Because you have to think, and I've said this so many times, it's all about being equally yoked, right? It's all about being equally yoked. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it.
Not that there's different leagues and levels, but there's low key different leagues, and there's levels. And if I'm here, right, and you are here, then that's where you should, that's what you call equally yoked, right? But then if you're here and that person's up here, you got to stay down here. You got to wait till you find someone that's down here. Stop trying to look up there. Don't look up there. Look around you. Okay, I'm a person who likes Walmart. I shop at Walmart. That's your lane, Walmart. Don't try to go to Neiman Marcus or Nordstrom's and go. That's not your league. Come on, let's just keep it a buck. Now, if that's your league, that's your league.
Can we just take a moment to just look at the shine in the hair? This is just beautiful, silky. With the body, my hair is bodying. Okay, let's get back. I'm getting distracted.
So I was listening to this podcast today, and the person was just saying how um I guess people, this was like early, this is like an older podcast. I mean, it was an older live, but they were saying how people was like couldn't afford um car payments, right? And they were like, okay, if you can't afford a car payment, that's probably not, you can't afford it. You need to find something in your level, but people won't think that way. You know what I'm saying? They would just be like, oh, and it's like, it's nothing wrong because, like that person was saying, okay, say the car payment's $1,000. If you can afford $1,000, that's nothing. So what is $1,000? It don't matter if it's $1,000. It don't matter if it's $5,000. Do you know there's car payments that are $5,000, which is nothing, which is like a $400 car payment or a $300 car payment to another person. And that is kind of like the same thing. Find someone who is on your level, right? Now, if you have this person who is like not into like looks, right? And not into money, and maybe you don't have looks, no shade, but maybe you don't have the looks, maybe you don't have the coin like that, but someone is willing to just love you for who you are, like really love you for who you are without any kind of status or material, gain from it. but you refuse to even give that person a chance because of the way they look. To me, I just feel like people are just something's wrong with their brains because it wasn't like that back in the day. Like when I was growing up, you met someone, you vibe. It doesn't matter what they look like. You guys vibed, you know. I'm not gonna lie. I've had some hideous looking boyfriends. So sad. They were hideous looking. But you know what? I love that person. Well, this I'm talking about when I was young, like in high school and stuff like that, elementary, middle school. But I love them that person.
That's right. Because I don't know what changed, but when you was with someone, it was that person. You love them, their essence, how the things that you had in common. There were so many different factors. And nowadays it's just all aesthetics. All aesthetics. It's nothing about what you have in common. It doesn't matter like your interest. It doesn't matter how you vibe. All you care about is how the person looks. It's really pretty sick.
Person's dirty draws because they had something inside of them. They were like funny or, like made me laugh, or they was just so sweet and so kind. It's like people don't even care about that stuff anymore. It's like, what do you want? And that's the thing too. People do not know what they want in a person. All they want to do is just have the visuals. It's crazy. So I'm going to go now. I'm going to go now, but I just want to say, like, you are going to stay single because you are too picky. There's more to just physical looks. There's your heart. There is that person who vibes with you. That's what you need to look at. All the other stuff will fall into place, right? So for that person who keeps sending me those messages, you know who you are. I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to stop. I'm not going to respond because you had an opportunity to be with a beautiful person, but you decide that that person wasn't for you. So, all right, be alone. It doesn't bother me. And for those that haven't been told,
Child, I was so discombobulated. I couldn't even talk. Like I was stuttering and everything just for the simple fact that I was just so heated. But it really triggered me because this is a friend of mine, right? And he's sweet as pie, but he was just, you know, not that he was crossing boundaries because he never did anything that wasn't in boundaries, but come on. When you are trying to reach out to somebody every day and do the good morning thing and, calling them in the middle of the day, and it's like, you, you're not my man. What are you doing? That's something like when you're in a relationship, how a relationship is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, this person, I bet you they can, they probably need somebody, because everybody needs somebody kind of thing, So I was like, okay, I heard a person for them, right? You said who was sending you messages? Plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. We had a conversation, but anywho, the thing is, I gave him basically the story went. I kind of talked about it, but I was like kind of all over the place in the thing. But basically, a good friend of mine, you know, he started sending me these things and I started feeling a little weird because it's like, what are you doing? What you doing? And then I said, you know what? I have somebody for you, and that would be the perfect person for you. So I sent him the picture of the woman, and he was like, I'm good. Well, what you mean you good? And she's seen his picture. Let me tell you something. I sent a picture of him and she was the same way too. And I said, wait a minute. I'm not trying to be funny, but you see the screen, right? You got Florida and you got James. Florida and James, that's just like James trying to get with Carucci. You think Carucci is gonna get with somebody like James? He live in the projects, no shade. Nothing wrong with living in the projects. But I'm just saying, why would he think he even have a chance with her? Yes, Kenyana. Look, all I'm saying is this. People are single, right? And they thinking like, oh, well, why am I single? Well, you single because you want to be single. And you know what, Simon? I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're here because when we was having yesterday, if you haven't went, you can go back and look at our conversation that we had yesterday. And the thing about it is Simon has options. I'm not trying to put you on, not trying to put you out there, Simon, but you have options. You choose not to have it. Um what did you say? It sounds like he's interested in you and you tried to brush him off. Did you go on a date with a guy that was texting you? No. No, Ten Bells. I did not. I don't think of him like that. But I think what happens sometimes is when you're nice to a person and the person, they're not used to that. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be able to read the room. You got to be able to. I was like, okay, I had somebody who you could text every day, who you can have conversations with, who y'all can plan to meet up and hook up. But he didn't want that. He didn't want that at all. What? Did you call me? No, I didn't call you. Thrive Thrive and glow with Joe says, no shade, but Carucci is with a rich man and three men. Facts. Facts. Look, sometimes you might have like a rich, like you might have a rich friend, right? I mean, like a rich boyfriend. I'd rather have a rich, I'm not trying to sound like superficial, but I'd rather have a rich boyfriend with a couple of missing toes than to be with somebody like James. No shade, James, but it's just like we don't have anything in common, you know. 10 says, he sounded like he needed to hear from you that he was in the friend zone. Well, I don't necessarily think so because you should be able to read the room, correct? You should be able to read the room for sure, kind of thing. Let's see. Okay, Simon says, yes, our convo was cool and you taught me something. Right. Because the thing about it is, I feel like sometimes we want more, right? And the thing about, okay, and it's something that I wanted to tell you too, Simon. Okay, say you have a woman, you can teach her. You can teach her to be a certain kind of way, right? It's kind of good to have someone who's maybe like who you can kind of build up. Because like when you older, it's kind of hard to, it's harder to set in the ways, but when you are with somebody, you can kind of like maybe like make them well, I wouldn't say change somebody. You should never change a person, but you can like introduce certain things and see if they're open to it. Like with my ex, he was a motorcycle rider, right? He rode a motorcycle. So I went and got my motorcycle license because I wanted to be able to share some of his interests. He liked golf. So we went and got some golf clubs and I actually fell in love with golf. To this day I still golf because I fell in love with it. So but you know what? As far as like the friend zone kind of thing, it's like everybody should start off as friends. And I feel like is that the problem that we can't pick up on the signs that a person is not doesn't look at you like that? I learned nothing from Kelly. All right, then I got you, Kiana. Y'all funny. No, but seriously, it's a really a situation where everybody just need to look at themselves. I'm not saying, look, I'm the kind of person, I stay in my lane, right? I stay in my lane. I know what kind of person that is good for me, okay? Hey, E Black, welcome in. Oh, and E Black is a perfect person. Me and him has had conversations about relationships before, and I hey, I don't hold my tongue for nobody. Nobody. Oprah, I know you're watching this bookie just KO ready when you're ready. Right, Simon. Lord. So 10 says pretty women always attract men that they need to hear the hard no. Ooh. Is that true? I mean, is it like, because I feel like, let me tell you something. I've said this before. I'm confused what we're talking about. Oh, okay, because you did come in late. Okay, so let me tell you what we're talking about. So we're talking about single and ready to mingle, right? But on the flip hand, a lot of times you want who don't want you. Okay, so like maybe you're the kind of person be like, oh, I want a rich man, but maybe you can't pull a rich man. Or, oh, I want a woman that's an IG baddie, but then maybe you don't fall into that category. E Black married. Talking about relationships, like I'm just talking about in general, and I think it's because, see, the thing about it is me and Iwi from the Bay Area, right? And that's another thing too. Like people in the Bay Area compared to people like in the Southwest, compared to the East Coast, like everybody everybody, is different, right? So, yeah, we can relate because we're from the same area, kind of thing. And so, when you're talking about relationships and people, you got to just think like people from the Bay, like we always say hella, right? Now, other people might think like, oh, that's weird, kind of thing. Or we say lit. That's just how we it is. That's just our culture, right? But some people might not necessarily fall within that culture. Um, said men need to hear I'm not interested because they think they can wear you down. Wow. Was it the Urkel syndrome? Oh, okay. So people agree with you, Tim Bills, that you just have to hear that hard no. He laughing. So Kiana, she says, I want a man that puts God first. That's very sweet. That's very sweet. And Simon says, salute, homie. Okay, so the thing about it is you have to really think about what you want, right? And so those are what you call deal breakers. So you have certain deal breakers that you have. So when you are pursuing a relationship, what are your deal breakers? Now, Kiana says she wants a man who puts God first. Okay, so I introduced you to a man that put God first, but he's 5'5", right? And he weighs 95 pounds. So are you gonna be like, ooh, but he has God. He puts God first. He's a godly man and he had the same beliefs as you. Are you going to be with that person? They think they will eventually get an opportunity. They could go for drinks one night and they get you doing a vulnerable, oh, get you doing a vulnerable moment. Oh, well, that's why you're not supposed to drink around. That's why you're never supposed to drink around a man that you not don't want to, because liquor can loosen you up. Exactly. They wait for you to become vulnerable. Well, I mean, I believe I totally agree with that. Okay, what did she say? Uh do you have common value? Okay, so that's a really great thing. Would you be with somebody that is, because I know how tall you are, right? We're around the same height. So would you be with somebody that's 5'5" that weigh 90 pounds? Yes, I'm going to drop the link. Yeah, this is a really cool conversation. So I will have that. Simon wants to I'm gonna have it drop for I'm gonna have it drop for everybody. So before we drop the link, I want to just go and um I want to just go play this one last thing because I want to say this. Okay, before I go there, let me just put this up right quick. If I feel the Holy Spirit moving to that person. See, and that's beautiful because it's like you're not looking at the external, you're looking at the internal, right? And you want to build a foundation because um I feel like you can just that's not the most important thing because you're not going to always just have that physical thing, right? Because that could go away big time, big time, big time. So just to be on the flip side about um just being because the first thing what I want you to tell you guys too is don't settle. Right now, I'm not telling you to go and just be with anybody because I would never ever tell you that. Hey, my crews, welcome in. Yes, but I feel like these are the conversations that we really need to have. Okay, so let me go ahead and share this. So, okay, I want to go to here so and share this tab. We're gonna go back to Instagram. Me and my Instagram. Okay, let me put this on the stage. All right, so let me put this in the middle. All right, so let's go to. All right, so this is a friend of mine, and so she's married. I actually showed her yesterday, right? Sharon, that's my friend Sharon, and this is her take on relationships when it comes to me. All right, let's go. Okay, so I went on this date, and this guy, he didn't have a job, he didn't have a car, he didn't have his own place, he had bad credit, and he had a bunch of kids by a whole bunch of different baby mothers, right? So I tell my friend this, right, thinking she gonna laugh. You know what she tells me? Give him a chance. Give him a chance.
I didn't know he didn't have a job because I ain't with nobody with no job. I thought he just had bad
I
credit.
had to actually let her know his worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I lower my standards all the way down? Because he cute?
No, I didn't know he didn't have a job. I just thought he had bad credit.
With friends
With
like that,
3 kids.
you don't need.
I do apologize, but I also said no.
All right. Get out of here. All right. Can you guys see me? So that's crazy. Like she was trying to get me with someone so bad. And I just feel like, and he was fine. Oh my God. I ain't gonna lie. But when we went out to dinner and it started, because I understand like you really don't know a person and how they are, right? Until you really get to know them. And so when he started learning all this stuff about me, I was like, oh my goodness. And so, like I said, I thought it was funny. And when she said that, it blew me away. Yeah, your body changes. And to see the guys that I thought were attractive in high school, they don't in school don't like as fine. Oh, it's fine anymore. That's jacked up. Hi, Simon. Hey. Okay, everybody's talking to each other. All right. Yes, this is very, very interesting. Thank you. I think that you're laughing. Yes, that is a red flag, but I think a lot of times the people just don't really, they're so into the looks. Cause like I said, he was mm, and it was one of those situations where, because it's like you can get anything, but I mean, do you want quality or do you want quantity? Did she say yes? That man had bad credit. I mean, super bad, and he didn't even have no job. He had kids. Like, I had to take him home. He did pay for dinner, so I will give him that though. I know. So it's just like, and it was crazy because going to that thing because I get triggered just even thinking about it. Sounds like he needed to work on himself more. He needs to work on himself. Period. Just period. It's crazy. So let me go ahead and get the link. And anybody that want to come in and talk about it, but what I just want to say is that if you find someone that is, has a wholesome heart that check most of your boxes, then that is who you should rock with, right? It's like physical appearance is not necessarily the best. It's like it's about that person's character. What happened to character? It's so different. Like I said, in that video I've had some men, some guys, well, I was younger, but they looked at it. I shouldn't say that. That's jacked up. Dinner might have been his last dollar, Kelly. Well, oh well. Hey, that's a lease. That's after what I went through. I wasted my time. Oh, you know what is hecka funny too, because that same night I went and did a IG post. I'll just show you that. Hey, I already clicked out of it. But yeah, that same day I did an IG post and I was looking. Oh, maybe I'll go back and show you. He sounded like he's a hard pass. Oh, he was a triple dipple hard pass. Check boxes are important. Right. But see, back then it's like, it's like you just see, you're not really tripping, because let me tell you something. It's one thing that I learned is that, have low expectations, high standards, but low expectations, because low expectations that's not gonna, you're not gonna feel like defeated. You're not gonna feel like you said the last okay, so let me go ahead and get the link and I'm going to have this where anybody that want to come up can come up. Okay. We just say that we are going to be respectful. Yeah, we want to be respectful. But I really would like to hear, people's point of view about this subject, and everyone's welcome to come up. Just come on up and share, because maybe you had a situation where you was in a relationship and you kind of look back now and say, dang, why didn't I pursue that relationship? Like, maybe that person in your mind wasn't the how can I say it? Maybe it didn't look like Carucci. Maybe it was a Florida, but look how Florida now. Look, first of all, James can't keep up with Carucci, right? Because she's gonna want to be fly. She got the diamonds. And, James could barely keep a job. Could barely keep a job. All right, let me go ahead. Hey, Simon, welcome in. Anybody, anybody is welcome. You can unmute yourself.
I was the first one to hit this link.
Wow. So what do you? But see, we kind of like talked about it too. Like currently, right now, it's like you said you were single, but you don't have to be single. Like you have somebody who wants to be with you, and you were saying that.
Wait a minute. No, I don't. What are you talking about? I don't have someone that wants to be with me.
Do you want me to go back and play the video?
Yeah.
You go back and play the video. Well, the thing about it is, you had said that, like I guess the person doesn't check all your boxes because, like, for you, you want someone to be like what? What is your like deal breaker?
All right, you gotta explain that. I don't know what that means.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like it's kind of those things that is the final. Like it's like if you, it's like like a deal breaker. Like it breaks the deal. So like say for instance, a person smokes. That's a deal breaker. Like I cannot be with a person that smokes. Or maybe if a person drinks too much, like that's the deal breaker. You don't want to be with a person that drinks too much.
Okay, it's interesting. Yeah, but I mean, you don't really know who you're gonna come across, so
Yeah, but you
sometimes
gotta take them out to dinner.
you can take who out for dinner.
You gotta take them on a date. Yeah, and that's how you learn about a person, right? When you take them in a certain environment, right? And then
You know, I don't date girl, like,
why
um,
don't you date?
because I don't really get dating. Like, dating is like some teenager shit. Like, seriously.
You
Like,
think so?
yeah, I mean, like, if you're a grown woman or something, and I'm a grown man, like, we ain't dating. Like, no, come on.
But you have to be able to learn the person and find out about the person.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to rethink um how I approach this because obviously I've been going wrong, okay? And yeah, maybe that's the case. I don't know. Like I just want to get with somebody that I appreciate. That's what it is.
So what do you want? Let's go that
I
route.
want I want a pretty lady in my
Well, what if you can't get a pretty lady? What if you could just get someone who is,
ugly.
I wouldn't say ugly. Nobody's ugly.
Yeah, no, they
Ugly,
are.
ugly is because beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, but I'm very particular. So
Okay,
yeah,
so so you just want somebody pretty. That's it.
no, I want her to be very pretty and intelligent at the same time.
Okay, so pretty, intelligent.
Hmm.
Okay, so what are you doing to attract somebody pretty and intelligent?
I could do anything. Like I'm capable of anything. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Um, maybe I just feel a certain type of way, but I'm just saying, like, I do feel like I'm entitled to having someone that I care about, that I like, and I want to be with,
Hmm.
because you know a lot of the time you just get with someone and you just settle for no apparent reason, and it's like that ain't good enough, and you're never actually gonna feel like you're satisfied. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Um,
This is a great question. So if you don't date, how do you get to know someone?
um, you know what dating is, right?
Yes.
Right. So dating is questioning someone, okay, and like having it's almost like an interview. You know what I mean? I don't want to date somebody. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know that that person is supposed to be the person I want to be with in the first place before any sort of type of interaction, um, where it's like, yo, we're having some, questionnaire. Um, so if a woman's a woman, like she's gonna know. She's gonna know.
This is a good question. Do you know that there are women who are beautiful and intelligent with no morals? Is that what you would want? So it's like if that is what you're into, just someone like that's it.
Well,
You don't
yeah,
want someone with no morals?
that is a real good question. Do you know that there are women? Um, well, you could say that, but most women have morals. So at the end of the day, you can't detract from that. You can't. Like, they ain't gonna happen like that. Like, a woman's gonna be a woman. Like, period.
Does age factor into it?
To an extent, you know, but it depends on like what it is, you know. I mean, let me tell you something.
You don't know what you want, respectfully. It sounds like you don't know what you want.
I know what I want. I know what I want. I just can't be upfront with it because you know it'll cause a lot of problems if I if I turn around and I chose to turn around and say what I actually wanted.
Yeah, what would you want? It's someone says no, sir. Not most. Some women have morals. Not all women have morals.
Well, no, well, only a woman could turn around and say what a woman acts like, you know, but not every woman is for me. And
Mhm.
that at the end of the day is like I know what kind of woman I want to be with. So if a woman does not have morals, then that's something that, you know, she needs to work on, you know. I mean, not everyone's for everybody, you know.
So, someone asked, "Do you celebrate Valentine's Day?"
No.
Okay, so because that's a really great time of year to like really
Well,
show.
I would if I was you know, the thing is like, you know, beauty is a thing, you know? And at the end of the day, like I've been with women, right? And it takes a lot for you to turn around and actually adjust yourself to actually be with the woman that you want to be with, right? So a lot of people don't really understand this sort of stuff. Like it will take the right woman to be in my life, me to do anything for them. And I will. You know, I don't have a problem with that. But a lot of the time people just don't really want to like be honest with themselves, you know? Like for example, if I was with the right woman, I would do anything for them. And that means Valentine's Day, that means Christmas Day, that means Easter Day, that means everything. Like, yo, it'll mean everything, you know? But sometimes, like, yo, for example, let me tell you something, and I don't even want to be bad. My ex,
Mm-hmm.
um, I had a real problem, like, because I really wanted to be the man that she wanted me to be. You know what I'm saying? But I just was not attracted to her like that.
What do you what? Okay, so they're really asking like, what do you want? They really want to know. Like, if you could break it down in like four solid things, what do you want?
I want the woman that I want. Like and she said like Simon don't sound like he celebrates anything. No, yo, Brad. Look, at the end of the day, let me tell you something about what I celebrate, okay? Because I will skydive and I want a woman to do that with me. I want a woman to be in my RV. I want to travel around the world. I want to do some extraordinary shit.
Oh, thank
Um,
you.
I, wa- I want a woman to be by my side and like be, you know, the woman that she's supposed to be because we are capable of that. And you know, it's not a big deal. But at the same time, a lot of men don't even like appreciate women like that.
How often do you go out to meet people?
What's up, E Black?
Nah, don't talk to me. I'm joking. What's going on, Simon?
This is my nigga.
Do you go out,
Boy.
Miss Simon, to meet people?
Listen, I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, like, you know, if I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I told you I was chasing you for 10. I was chasing you for about 2 years. Cause
Now, Simon, you're not asking the right questions.
Oh,
all right, well, tell me what I'm supposed to say. Okay.
Kelly, do you have a Valentine's?
this year do I have a Valentine's?
Yeah, do you have a Valentine's this year?
Yes, I do.
What?
This is
So last year, did you have a Valentine's?
What is the span of your longest relationship?
What? Don't change it. Don't change the subject.
All right, you see, this is where people get this shit twisted. This is where people get this shit twisted because, like, yo, the fact of the matter is like
Simon. We were going somewhere.
They really want to know how old you are.
Look, I'm telling you, like, I was married for 10 years, bro.
Okay.
How old were you when you got married?
I was 24.
24. He's like in his 40s.
Yeah, I was 24 when I got married initially for 10 years.
Don't you want to know something about Kelly?
Don't talk to me about Kelly, bro. God damn.
I'm just saying, don't you want to?
Right now, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Said that you're gonna be single forever.
God damn it, Kelly. Look, I was just wondering. Okay, so last year, Kelly, did you have a Valentine's Day?
I did have a Valentine's last year.
Oh, how was that? Is that the same person this year?
No, actually, it's a different person.
It's a different person. Oh, okay.
All right, so E, let me ask you something. Okay.
No, don't ask me nothing. don't. I really.
Yes,
no.
he's just so he want to jump out of planes. Me personally, I would not jump out of a plane for a man. So it's like you would have to go to, I don't know, where would you go to find a woman that would jump out of a plane?
Well, you know, you never know, right? You never know. And until that moment happens, you never know. Like,
no, I don't.
It's inconclusive. Like, you know what I mean? It's one of them ones.
So tell us about this Valentine's.
This program is about.
I mean, you're single. We want to mingle. What make
you?
Yeah, she is single and she wants to mingle and she wants to mingle with me. What you got a problem with, bro? Don't let me start with you.
It's no problem. We want to know for the people who don't, for the people who do not have a Valentine's this year. How did you get one? It's very hard out. It's really hard out here in these streets.
If you guys care about, if you guys want to change the subject, put a 1 in the chat. Because this is not about me. I'm just the hostess with the mostest.
Oh, okay. So, Simon, do you have a Valentine's this year?
We only have about 7
my Valentine's is Kelly. That's my Valentine's. That's what's going down.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay, my bad.
Welcome in, Christy. Welcome in. It's a 1. Like, people don't care about me.
I'm gonna shoot my shot. Don't worry about that shit. I didn't date, bro.
I would stay with a man like Simon. Oh, I wouldn't stay with a man like Simon. It sounds like he's always wants things his way. Ooh, is that true?
Oh, you're gonna play around with me like that? Okay. Look, I'm just saying, man. I can't say shit. Wait a second. I can't say shit, man. I ain't playing around, Kelly. I'm not playing around with Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly, do you have a man?
Look, let me tell you something.
What?
This is about Simon right now, and I feel that we are missing the point because he came up here for some answers.
You did?
And what about you? Someone said that you were married. So what is your take? What is your input on this?
Who said I was married?
I think it was Simon.
What you lying for, bro? Where you up?
He's ready for an African safari.
know you've been married for years, nigga. What's wrong with you?
I have.
Okay,
what?
so this is Simon.
Kelly, you don't know E Black is married? Come on. He's been married for years. Jesus.
When was the last time you talked to me, Simon?
I want to hear about
I ain't playing around with you, E Black, man. I know who you are. You brought me up in this sector. I ain't trying it with you. No.
I'm not. I'm just saying. Okay. So let's reset, Kelly. The people want to know about this is Mr. Vegan. How do you get a vegan? What did he do? How did he mingle?
There is no way I could play.
She exited out of her own space.
No, you brought me up in this sector. There is no way I can talk to you. I mean, what you want, bro? Like, seriously.
No, I want Kelly to bring herself back up to the camera. Time for E Black to share. Yeah, Mr. Vegan. Who's this Mr. Vegan? Who's this Mr. Vegan?
Do I need to give these people
Aren't you interested,
history?
Simon? Aren't you interested in Mr. Vegan?
Listen, yo, do I?
No, you're not. You're not. You're just here.
Do I need to give these people some history? E Black brought me from E Black brought. Look, I'm gonna tell you. E Black brought me from the Peace. That's where E Black brought me from. Now you brought me into the internet. You want me to talk my shit? Okay, cool. Okay, but yeah, I respect you. You know what I'm saying? You're OG.
But Simon, don't you want to know about Kelly?
I love Kelly. What the fuck?
Me too.
That was another episode of Single, Ready to Mingle, a live that talks about wanting what doesn't want you, right? So what we learned today is that there are options for you, but sometimes we just got to think outside the box. Kelly E. Black got on a panel and not participating. Right. He was being very disrespectful. That's right. You're gonna have to go back and rewind it. But I just want to say thank you for everybody who came into the live today. I really appreciate you. I gave you a solid hour of just all kind of silence. The only single E Black is married. As far as I know, he is. He's always said that. Kelly has been arguing over her in her live. I can't believe this. No, they're not arguing over me. They're not. Yes, red flags. They both get okay. Yes. Dismissed. Exactly. So before we end, I just want to say thank you for coming out. Thank you, everybody who participated. And, I won't be here tomorrow, but I'll be back on Thursday. Hopefully you guys can come and join me again and we can just spend some time together. And remember, I'm so confused. Me too. I am too. Thank you. I appreciate it. I try to entertain. If no one's told you today that they love you, you are very much welcome. Just know I got you. If no one's told you today they love you, just remember that I love you. Bye. Hey guys, have a good evening. Thank you.